Hello, and welcome back to Reverse 1999. Before we start, if you hear like wind rustling, that's because I have a fan right next to me, and next to my desk, because we're in the middle of a heat wave, and yeah, it's scorching hot right now. So sorry if you hear the fan. I don't think you can, but just in case, I want to apologize beforehand. Anyways, let's go to All Is But a Riddle. And the old days carry the scent of mint.
I'm heading out.
Oh, this is like
You
before,
can heat up the leftovers in the fridge for lunch. Did you hear that, Adler?
What's the appeal of the mountaineering club anyway? At this point, even the neighbors are saying, looking for Greta? She's probably gone mountain climbing.
Or rowing?
The young woman at the door has already laced up her shoes. She stamps her feet now on the mat. She shoulders her hiking pack and glances back at her brother as she rises.
Would you like to come?
Oh, goddamn, she looks so different.
Last time you joined me on the Covendo climb, before we'd even made it back, you said you'd never participate in any weekend sports events ever again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Chess, swimming, or doing those math problems you love? They're all worthy pastimes. There's no need to follow me.
I only came here to get a glass of water.
Sure.
Oh, he looks
By the
different
way,
too.
I need your help for something.
Greta tosses him a set of keys. He catches them, his eyes never wavering, leaving the crosswords in his newspaper.
What are you poring over now? Planning to lock up Papa's cigarette cabinet behind a code again?
It would be something he would do, huh?
That was just a visionaire cipher. A beginner's puzzle.
Anyway, if you have the time, could you mow the lawn in the back garden? It would make Mama and Papa happy. And you know, I've never asked, what's got you so dead set on Laplace? There are plenty of outstanding research facilities to choose from. Why them?
Because I believe we share the same ideals.
The seriousness of this stone make him pause. Her hands linger over the doorknob.
There must be a series that unifies everything in the universe. Because every puzzle has a solution. The world is like a crossword. If you follow the clues, you'll arrive at an answer. The only answer. An established theory. It's simple, clear, rational. Codes simply rearrange symbols according to a set of rules. Identify these rules, and you can decipher it. If we don't have an answer, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but rather that we haven't discovered it yet. I've attended lectures at Laplace. Their researchers firmly believe they can discover the truth. It's utter conceit. But that's the way it should be.
Greta nods and opens the door with a smile. Oh, goddamn, look at that.
I see. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll receive an invitation from them soon enough. I've asked around. They all said age is no matter, nor whether or not you are an arcanist. Laplace opens its doors to geniuses. That's the only requirement. Won't be any trouble for you, Bruderherz.
Ooh. Oh man, that is a hell of a transition. He crouches and settles the flowers down before the headstone. The joint under the bouquet is white chrysanthemums now spilled over the edge of the stone and into the grass.
Many people remember you. Even Musée 3's toy box has a chunk of data, still diligently simulating your stubbornness. But I'm sure you don't want to hear me prattle on about the past.
Where to whatever to convince himself or push something away, Enigma searches his cluttered thoughts.
The tower in the toy box. The Tower of Babel we used to solve the language disorder. It isn't the final solution.
Cluttered thoughts for something else to say.
Yes, people are able to use verbal communication to understand each other again. Unprecedented, I know. But this has come at a cost. The piece's cognitive processes have all unified under the same model. Unanimous agreement, unanimous objection. Can this even be considered communication?
He's been staring at an engraved letters for so long, I've started to look strange. It's like it all some sort of dream.
Ulrich and I each set off on our own expeditions. But in the end, we both decided to destroy the tower and take its core. So, now we have a new problem to solve. The core has a combination lock. And I can't make heads or tails of it.
The headstone offers only silence, though that doesn't stop Enigma from working out what Greta's response may have been.
I know. You wouldn't understand. This is supposed to be my specialty. Finding clues, cracking codes. All it takes for me is time. But my mind's gone rusty. Even my own thoughts have become unreliable. I haven't done any research of my own in a long time. Oh no. Just pointless meetings and endless paperwork. Trivial, inconsequential matters have absorbed my every waking moment, grinding the old gears in my head to a halt. I can almost... Perhaps... I've lost the talent I once had.
I don't think so. He nods with a bitter smile.
Maybe one day soon, I'll be using one of X's inventions. Even his simplest robots couldn't do any worse than me.
The White Chrysalis whispers in the drifting wind as he falls silent. The world sounds close in around him. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. Anyways.
Oh, Mr. Enigma.
Oh, Marcus. Hey, how's it going?
You're here too.
It's his sister's grave. I would be surprised if he wasn't at least once. He turns towards the voice. Greta's mentee stands behind him, arms full of documents and flowers.
I have a meeting with the Foundation. This was on the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're here to see her again.
Yes, I've brought some new manuscripts for her to see. These manuscripts. I'm going to submit them to the Daydream Post. But I'm not sure whether I'll be rejected again. I used a different recording technique this time, based on the feedback Madame Hoffman gave me once. So, I wanted to show them to her before I got an answer from the magazine. I hope she can see that I've finally figured out what to do with my limitless reading. Instead of focusing on how much I can read, I've decided to focus on the specific truths I can glean from them. To record the story of the storm.
Interesting. Enigma steps aside. Marcus lays flowers on top of the documents and sets them both before the headstone.
Without betraying my own principles or Madame Hoffman's teachings, I've managed to find a recording technique that can realize my dream. Of course, it's definitely lacking in a lot of ways.
Marcus manages to say what she means, though not without stumbling over herself. She doesn't know Enigma well. Greta was the lone thread that connected them.
Actually, Mr. Enigma, I never thought you'd come here. Oh, I don't mean that as a criticism. I only mean I understand how you were feeling. But I suppose now you're here, you've found an answer to that question?
Marcus chooses her words with care.
Not yet. But staying like this isn't going to help me think either.
Well, reading takes time, and so does seeking proof.
Perhaps. You probably have a lot to say to her. I'll get out of your way.
Enigma reaches into his pocket and feels a cold metal tube in his palm. He rummages in the other.
What's wrong, Mr. Enigma?
Nothing. Here.
Marcus opens her hand, Enigma drops something into them and turns to leave. She looks down. She knows these candies well. Similar ones could always be found in her mentor's pocket. Aw. The sharp, cold scent makes her blink.
Oh. Vince.
Their tense, fruitless meetings finally ends. Enigma stands in the busy hall adrift. Staff members rush past without noticing him, arms full of files, each load heavier than the last.
Talk about using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. What a meaningless waste of resources.
The communicator rings just in time, cutting off his lingering contempt for the meeting he'd suffered through just half of an hour ago.
Adler, if you aren't dealing with anything urgent, please return to Laplace as soon as possible.
Oh boy, what happened?
What happened?
We've made some new discoveries regarding the tower's core. It changes when observed. We need to come up with a new plan.
Alright, let's see. Researcher onboarding guide. The more eccentric they are, the more guides there are. To prevent Laplace employees from falling victim to pranks from colleagues to avoid research delays from being unable to break codes, we are distributing the Beginner's Guide to Ciphers, Vignette, Visionnaire edition. The Visionnaire cipher can be seen as an upgrade to the Caesar cipher, carrying the simple shift to a single alphabet into a shift across multiple alphabets to increase complexity. For more of the Caesar cipher, see the Caesar cipher edition. The main difference between the Vignette and Caesar ciphers is that the Vignere cipher is the relationship between ciphertext and plaintext. Letters is the one-to-one, making the key harder to figure out. However, since it's still follow patterns, you can still find repeating ciphertext segments. By using high-frequency words in common language, you can guess the plaintext for specific segments of ciphertext. This is the key length for the spacing between repeats and analyze the key. However, if you don't have much text, it can be difficult. In these situations, use other methods to guess the key. The personality, past, and writing habits of the person who made the code are important clues. There's a list of places people at Laplace who are very likely to play pranks with ciphers. Adler, Ulrich, really? X, Richard, Dawkins, Victor. That's basically all of them. If you encounter a prank, consider these If you encounter a prank, consider these suspects first. If you can't crack the code, confront the suspects directly and ask them to stop the prank. If the suspect denies involvement, try to force them to decode it for you. It doesn't matter whether they're really the culprit or not. An unfinished book. Writing a book is something akin to having a conversation with oneself. After the storm brought the world to the 1990s, Mrs. Holt readily accepted treatment. Miss Kakani has been traveling the world striving to change it. She quickly adapted to the new area and read many books. It also gave her plenty of recommendations. It's worth noting that after the Vienna incident, Miss Semmelweis became a vampire. Okay, so they know that. Alright. This came as a massive surprise to everyone, but also fascinates me. Like reaching the payoff of a story foreshadowing. After making many sincere requests, I got permission to read the beginning of her story. It's a complex tale, one that leaves you pondering insensibly about how it ends. Yeah, however, if I were to retell the whole story here, this book would end up 3 times thicker. It would be thanks to my mentor, Madame Hoffman, it's Marcus Escape, for showing me how to keep things concise in situations like this. The world has traveled to 1920, but the war has not ended. It all feels like a continuation of that chaotic day. I hear Miss Kakani was dejected the whole day, and she quickly returned to her mission from the field agent administration. Even after crossing 2 eras, her tenacious spirit has not dampened at all. It seems the spirit has affected me too. I find myself constantly thinking about what I can do. Thus, I have decided to write this book and to continue to organize my thoughts, in hopes I will find the conclusion before the final draft. Yeah, Kakani. Imagine going from pre-World War I, things go to shit, then you immediately go to the 1990s, era of general peace and prosperity, and a gigantic leap in technology and knowledge. Then another story happens, you go back to World War I, the thing that Isolde had visions about. And yeah, kind of crazy that she hasn't gone insane yet. Part 7, Flowing Memories. Everyone's here, huh? The world shifts under observation. Memories are but echoes in the glass tank.
As you can see, this is the toy box's core.
Okay, the core is contained within the metallic frame, and its center something between a cloud of fog and a jellyfish envelops matter and symbols too strange to name.
After running it through some preliminary tests, we discovered its inner contents don't match up with any known arcane material. Our next step would be to record and analyze its center. But there's a problem. The matter and symbols floating in the core seem to change their state every time we observe it.
Without warning, the interior shifts again. Two forms slowly emerge from the fog.
Are those gears?
I think it looks more like the black and white grid of a crossword puzzle. Adler, your observation right now, the observation of a cryptographer with very distinct interests and inclinations, has become a new influencing factor on the core.
I understand. Under these circumstances, analyzing its contents is pointless.
Precisely. But the problems don't stop there.
Ulrich gestures towards the toy box on the table.
Within the 3-hour period after the core's removal, the environment in the toy box descended into chaos. Understandably so. The core has an unmeasurable quality. It stood to reason that the same quality extended to the toy box.
Hisabeth and I entered the box to verify this theory. With its stabilizing core gone, the environment in the toy box has also become affected by its observers. In fact, we found the level of chaos is positively correlated to the number of observers.
Observer effect. Changing environment.
Familiar, isn't it? Our current situation seems to share many qualities with artificial somnambulism. Hisabeth has gone to get reinforcements. Right on time.
Just as Poindar has estimated, Hisabeth leads Mesmer Jr. into the meeting room.
Go on. Time's precious.
Okay. Hisabeth steps back. Mesmer Jr. approaches the toy box. She leans in, peering down the small, almost real world inside. A textbook zoo hypothesis.
I'm sorry, but this isn't the same as artificial somnambulism.
Yeah, it's not a dream, right? After a long pause, she delivers her verdict.
I don't come to this conclusion arbitrarily. I've been paying attention to your experiments on this toy box. Look. In your toy box, there's still a vending machine at the entrance to the Laplace laboratories.
It's true, but out here, that vending machine was removed 2 days ago.
Artificial somnambulism creates images based on subconscious memory. It's blurry and malleable. Even with our guidance, memories can still lie to you. That's why we use it primarily for psychotherapy, not simulations for experiments. It's likely this toy box is operating on a set formula based on the environmental conditions that were initially loaded, making it unable to generate things not included in its original dataset. Although your observations have turned into a chaotic mess for the time being, it has no inherent ability to change to reflect the real world. That is to say, the data in the toy box is from a static point in the past. If you don't update it, the vending machine will stay. It's this lag in data that gives it stability. That's the best I can offer.
No, your conclusion was very valuable. So it's clear, if we want to progress, there's only one way left.
Return the core to the tower and let the toy box restabilize. Then reset it to stop this entropy and return it to its original state.
You mean we regenerate the outer layer of the core to create a combination lock that can easily be analyzed?
Correct. Considering the chaos in the toy box, this mission should fall to you and Ulrich. You two are the most familiar with its environment.
Okay, so they are going together, huh? Oh, they nodded. Okay, so they're going. Perform any interaction to continue. Okay. The all-too-familiar field of grass appears once more.
Why is our starting point always set here?
It seems the toy box is more stable than we expected. The topography hasn't changed at all, although we have lost line of sight to the tower.
Ulrich looks to the horizon. The tower's spire, once faintly visible, is now swallowed by the heavy clouds.
Don't worry. We've already located the tower.
Through the device, the slightly distorted voice brings them their second piece of good news.
Although there have been some slight changes, it still remains northeast of where you are. Just go ahead. We'll sync with your current position and route.
Oh, but can we assume that syncing our data out here won't trigger the observer effect?
Let's go.
Confirming that the core is safe inside the container, her shoulders...
Please record the time intervals between the toy box's environmental changes.
Data's already been synced.
It seems they have both facility chosen their silence and their safest option. For a while, the communicator is the only thing making any sound.
Enigma, Ulrich, the data is starting to fluctuate. The observer effect will most likely begin manifesting soon. Prepare yourselves.
The halt. A bubble-like barrier shifts across the plane.
This is like a development on the Rorschach test. I can hardly wait to see what scenes might appear.
Okay.
How did we end up here?
In the blink of an eye, the plane is gone and they find themselves at the edge of the lake.
Environmental changes took 15 minutes this time. No change in the direction of the tower. Sure looks like a nice fishing spot you've ended up in.
As if we didn't have enough problems. A lake? What? Do we have to row a boat now?
I have no particular fondness for natural environments. I think this one's on you, Adler.
Good to see you finally grasp the most important skill of social interaction. Shifting blame. The last time I visited a lake was before I joined Laplace. Admit it, Ulrich. You're curious about them. What happened?
Their argument is cut short, like a television switched off, and they are plunged into the complete darkness.
The data's becoming more volatile. The toy box is losing control.
Oh boy, that's
At
not
least
good.
the communicator's still working.
Don't jinx them. Don't jinx it. Then Enigma feels around inside his backpack and pulls out the core. It has warped violently inside its frame, looking nothing like it did
Which
before.
direction is the tower?
It's moved. Current position, unclear.
There's no easy way ahead for now, so we'll make a temporary stop here. Check the position again after the next cycle of environmental changes.
Wait, Adler.
The darkness is sharp, they're hearing, like a rustling closing in front of all sides.
Looks like we'll have to deal with this first.
Well, I'm guessing all the fighting is going to be in the toy box. Alright, let's just get this over with quickly.
Many streams are converging in this place.
What odd cipher devices? I suggest we observe how they move first.
No, Our time is limited. We should take a page from Medicine Pocket's
Just
book
break them, huh?
and take them apart.
Good idea.
Believe just
No,
like our
no,
own
that
weather.
automatic.
It will be over before you feel it.
The tremors of fate.
Always prepared.
Now! Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Starti indietro.
Is that all you
There you go.
got?
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi.
You two all right? We've got the data. The tower's new location, it's extremely close to your position. Wait, that's not right. It's on your position.
The projector fast forwards again, tossing them into the next frame. They're at the tower, huh?
Yes, we're under the tower. That certainly saved us some effort.
If the toy box's environment is affected by its observer's thoughts, then did we arrive here so quickly because our goals completely aligned with one another?
Silo, a wish granter and psychoanalysis machine all wrapped into one. This would work wonders for my survey on arcane skills.
Right. Let's get the core into the tower and prepare our next steps.
Just as we reach the tower door, a shrill cry fills the air. A raven swoops down from nowhere, snatching the container with its beak and flying into the distance.
Ludwig? Why is he still here?
Verdammt! X, can you follow Ludwig's trail? He's made off with the core.
Not a problem. We've got his arcane fluctuations on record. Just hold for a moment.
The communicator hisses with static. A few seconds later, the answer comes through.
The tracking data's been interrupted. We lost him after about 50 meters of flight. Mr. Ludwig has left. Or more specifically, disappeared. Huh. This is residual data. A system error? It'd be best if you interrupt. Evacuate as quickly as possible.
Enigma ignores his pleas, which are now reduced to static. Jaw clenched, he pushes hard against the tower door. It doesn't budge.
All ready. Full restart.
The metal object lies on the ground on a spot he hasn't
Rita's
noticed before.
badge. She really came all the way here.
Researcher Adler,
What?
they've issued the Force Quit alert. No matter what you see, don't approach it. We have to avoid interfering with the data.
But
Oleg grabbed Enigma by the collar, yanking him off balance. The mystery of the badge was unsolved. The device begins to disintegrate into pixels. Finally, he's pulled from the space. The tower collapses into a cone of light and disappears. Oh boy. Alright, part 8. The Night Climber. Going back in the past, huh? Wait for the dawn at the mountain's peak.
going mountain climbing again? Where are you heading this time? Watzmann? Nebelhorn?
Spain, actually, to the tallest peak in the Pyrenees, Aneto.
You just finished a field mission. Shouldn't you take more than a day to recover?
I was only helping them establish an organizational system for the Arcanist database in Morocco, and I got plenty of sleep on the plane. What about you? Another late night of research by the looks of it? I've heard the people at Laplace are night owls too. You should fit right in with their schedule.
All-Nighter has left Adler looking a little worn, but his eyes are bright as ever.
A genius's best thoughts always come at night. An overly poetic sentiment, to be sure. But I see it as a rational conclusion based on experience.
Greta shrugs. She has no intention of nagging him, but about it the way their parents
Remember?
do.
I know. Mows the lawn.
Noticing the signs, Greta slows her hand on the door again.
You look like you still have something to say.
This month, it is setting up an Arcanist registry. Last month, it was mediating an Arcanist dispute, cleaning up after the Foundation's mess.
He isn't doing any research, he's just being a politician.
I don't think we need more examples. Greta, you're working like Mama sweeping the damn dust behind the door.
Okay, he's talking about Greta, never mind.
She sweeps and sweeps, day after day, year after year, to abate a problem that could be solved by simply closing the window.
I know you aren't happy with always having to pick up after her in secret, but you shouldn't let Mama know that. But tell me, Bruderherz, do you think we should close the window forever?
No, what I meant was...
Yeah. Greta waves her hands.
I never did properly tell you why I joined the Foundation. You're right. Field investigator work is as you say. But there are complicated procedures to follow. The actual situations are so simple, it hardly takes a genius to figure them out. Most of the difficulty comes from dealing with officials. It's entirely up to them whether they drop the red tape and empty rhetoric or raise their walls higher. And from a utilitarian standpoint, it's not a rational choice. After all, the promotion prospects are very limited.
Then why do you insist on doing it?
The stubborn confusion in his voice means there won't be a brief chat. He glances at the clock on the wall, hesitates, then shifts to weight over her backpack.
Adler, have you heard of Mount Godwin Austen? They call it K2.
The second highest mountain, after Mount Everest.
That's right. I like the name K2. Just a letter and a number. It's direct, bare, concise, unembellished. It perfectly captures the image of a brutal peak. That mountain has a higher death rate among climbers than that of the world's highest peak. Once you choose to climb it, you've already put your life in the harsh hands of nature. Even among mountaineering clubs, amidst the praise for your determination, I trust the majority of people would still exclaim, "Do you have a death wish?"
I don't follow.
The view from the peak of K2, it's different from yours. From the University of Göttingen, or from any other place in the world. That's what those people with a death wish are trying to obtain. Of course, most Foundation field investigators don't face such extreme conditions. I don't understand Arcanum. I don't understand the Arcanists it creates either. But these things are deeply rooted in our world. The Foundation is a great fulcrum, a window, a place to observe, and to participate. Even if I wanted to, there's no avoiding dealing with all kinds of Arcanists and Arcanum. They hide, tucked away among the many interwoven branches of bureaucracy. This is a view gained only by joining the Foundation. Each Arcanist becomes a new case study. Because no matter how bizarre the phenomenon, once it is systematically documented and analyzed, it always falls into a chain of logic. Adler, why are you looking for a unified theory?
To make the world concise, summarizable. It must be noble and reliable to be suitable for life.
Do you think society can also have such a theory? Something that can integrate all this disordered, chaotic fragmentation and allow Arcanists and Arcanum to find a place among rationality? I believe that's what I'm doing now. I see these endless missions as brute force exhaustive research, like foolishly trying to count every grain of sand on a beach. Once complete, it will give a full view of both humans and arcanists, founded in rationality and worthy of trust. You could call it Hoffman idealism. It certainly seems to be in both our blood, Bruderherz.
All right. Isn't it by time you left?
Greta pays no mind to her brother's embarrassed huff. Something else has occurred to her.
I heard Laplace is experimenting on arcane skill fusion these days. They plan to distribute equipment infused with the power of incantations to us investigators.
I'm not going to put my faith in some inexplicable magic weapon.
I expected you'd say as much. Then this might be more your speed. It's a Luger pistol, a regular firearm able to be disassembled and reassembled as you see fit.
So the gun was offered by Greta, huh?
A pistol?
I also have one. It's a Foundation-issued pistol for field investigations. I'd say I already have a solid eye for it.
Greta, what kinds of missions are you going on that require guns?
While extreme circumstances are rare, they are bound to happen eventually. In those cases, it doesn't hurt to have a gun. That goes for both of us.
She settles her back on her shoulders. The half-open door swings wide, and the morning sunlight spills over her. She looks ready to dissolve into it.
I'm heading out now.
Greta, wait!
Oh no.
Time waits for no one, Bruderherz. I have to go eventually. For every mountain in the world, there will always be someone who seeks to climb it.
Oh man. You can hear the shot, right? You can hear the shot though, and the bullets fall. He bounds his fists against the door. It doesn't move. A door he knows well. A door he's always wanted to open. A door he had once opened. A door that has opened only for geniuses.
Mr. Adler?
He steps back to reality. The stares of his colleagues in the Laplace meeting room bore into him.
You've been out of sorts during our recent meetings, Adler. You should get more sleep. Sleep is a vital function for humans.
You know what it is, Ulrich.
Thank you for your considerable insights into human nature. But that's quite enough. Now to our current situation. We need to figure out our next steps.
The conversation resumes, and the geniuses leave behind the trivial matter of sleep.
Ludwig's reappearance has introduced a serious problem. The core is no longer in our hands. Our crossword puzzle has been torn to shreds, and we have no leads to speak of. Even the most skilled cryptographer can't reverse engineer a key out of thin air.
Seems like an easy fix to me. I say we take apart the toy box. Ludwig and the core are both in there, right?
Yeah.
So take it apart. Let all its elements reset to their original states individually, then it'll be a breeze to analyze.
It could damage the things, though.
That's too reckless, Researcher Medicine Pocket. Dismantling the toy box might cause significant data loss. Or possibly even destroy the toy box itself. Then we'll be without any research subject at all.
Well, sitting here overthinking everything isn't gonna produce any results either.
Just reset it. We can continue with our original plan.
Enigma cuts in, stopping the argument before it starts.
The toy box remains unstable. If we reset it in its current condition, there's no telling whether we'll return everything to its original state, or just cause even more chaos.
Ludwig's signal is still near the tower. We'd better come to a decision before he leaves.
No more hesitating. There's no use in waiting. Plus, since the data is restored after each reset of the toy box, we can start by assuming that the mishap with Ludwig has been fixed. We start with a hypothesis, then we test it.
All right. the tech is not yet ready to help the world. After the Ninth Storm, Yusei III provided Toy Box as a tool to simulate experiments to help develop pre-storm emergency protocol that meets LSCC standards while adhering to humanitarian principles. Note, existing solutions have failed to meet LSCC standards based on the scientific principles of objective investigation, rational skepticism, pluralistic doubt, and equal debate. Response plans for the storm should also be tested in practice. Thus, it's not useless effort to excuse any to play board games at work. This project, led by researcher Ulrich and supervised by researcher Adler, launched in the Ninth Storm, and has been gradually refined. During this period, a technical fault in the box caused a large-scale language disorder phenomenon, which stabilized after researcher Adler's intervention, preventing major losses. During the Free Breeze incident, the researcher Ulrich used the preliminary Toy Box research results, artificial store technology, to test the Regulus record, achieving significant results. Okay. Afterwards, due to busy schedules, development of the pre-storm emergency protocol was temporarily put on hold. After the 10th storm, new anomalies began reappearing within the Toy Box. Researcher Ulrich Adler disagreed on how to handle the Toy Box, each submitting a separate research report. These reports are currently being compared and evaluated. Specific details are expected in the future publication. Okay. Next one. The Looping Pangram. As a storyteller whispers a soft shadow falls on the living and the dead.
After this reset, we need to limit the changes inside the toy box as much as possible. That is to say, the fewer the people who enter the toy box, the better. It's best we only send one person.
I'll do you one better. Don't send anyone in and blow it to Kingdom Come.
Researcher Medicine Pocket.
Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes and keeps talking, unfazed by the warning in Ulrich's tone.
Great! A brand new toy box and a brand new chance to fail! Consistently reproducing failed results follows the scientific method too, right? Seriously, none of us even knows what's in there, and you're saying we should send a single person in alone? You're totally fine with that, huh? Leaving all those insane pieces and that psycho Raven for some unlucky bastard to deal with?
This doesn't happen often, but I have to say, I agree with Medicine Pocket. Whoever decides to enter will be risking their own safety.
Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes again. X and Ulrich have clearly missed the point.
Ugh, what I was saying is that we shouldn't be wasting our brain power on this thing.
We also need to consider the pieces. They may just be data to us, but to them, this is their entire world. We must avoid destroying it if we can.
Oh, my dear Ulrich, I'm moved to pieces. If only the real Storm shared your glowing sense of humanitarianism.
Pardon, can I interrupt for a second?
Hisbeth knocks on the table.
I have good news. I've tested the communicator's durability. Although the tower's effect grows stronger the closer you get, the unlucky person entering the box will be able to receive outside help up until they enter the tower. If we aren't giving up on that plan, that is.
That's great! But assigning 100 people to wash test tubes in a lab isn't gonna make the research go any faster. That's all that communicator's gonna give. A bunch of test tube washers.
Don't say that. If you gave me 10 research assistants who understood the Lane-Emden equation, I'd be pleased no matter what.
For once, Enigma listens. He waits until Hisbeth is done before he speaks.
What I meant is that I will go.
You're a human, Adler. And at the end of the day, that toy box runs an Arcanum.
Thank you for the reminder, Bottle Brain.
Enigma's tone is polite, but his expression is grim.
I'm certain you will all provide more help than test tube washing, like capturing arcane fluctuations and relaying the data through the communicator. Besides, I'm the cryptographer here. I doubt any one of you has undergone even a fraction of the cryptographic training required to reverse engineer a key from an as-of-yet unknown cipher.
Well, I certainly haven't. But I believe I understand now. You think Ulrich has a point too? Humanitarian care, no?
Where on earth did you get that impression?
He turned away, but his darkening expression doesn't escape his lips notice.
All right. You're right. You didn't say that.
He shrugs and clears the way away for Enigma. Ah, boy, man. A faint craziness blurs Enigma's vision. Everything has changed. Oh my, that eye there is creepy. Frowning, Enigma pats his wet coat, sending a little streams down the moonlit water below, assuming it is indeed moonlight and water.
Whoa! Look at that ball of light in the sky! Huh! I'm starting to like this place.
I'm afraid that's this toy box's version of the moon.
He pulls himself upright again, knee-high silver lines, and wanes unsteadily towards the shore.
Hey, those fir trees over there look like snowflakes.
Why don't you tell me something I don't know?
Alright, I just thought some talk on Koch curves might lighten the topic.
Okay.
Can anyone tell me how to mute this thing?
Enigma distances himself from the communicator as another wave of accumulation erupts from the other end. A moment later, Ulrich's calm voice comes through.
Understood. Researcher Pointer and I will strictly control the other's input as requested.
Right. We guarantee we'll only bother you if it's essential.
Thank you. I'll contact you if necessary.
He switches off the communicator, yet the surrounding noise persists.
Who's there?
Not far, a young piece turns around, hands twisted together nervously.
Mr.
Oh, Marcus.
Enigma?
Didn't expect I'd run into you here, Miss Marcus. Are you reading?
He points at the thin white cuboid.
Yes, Mr. Enigma. I'm reading a story. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
That's the story? Ah, I understand.
Mm-hmm. It's about legends and people who write history. I haven't finished it yet. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
He smiles shyly. What used to be a book is just slowly flattened into a colorless, almost depthless
Is there
shape.
something I can help you with? Quick?
I'm looking for a tower. Do you know where it might be?
It seems a lot of people are looking for that tower. It might be on the other side of the forest.
Thank you. Miss Marcus, would you like to come with me?
She looks bewildered. The book finally loses the last of its depth and slides from her arms.
I'm waiting for someone. I don't seem to remember who I'm waiting for.
You're waiting for Hoffman, aren't you? Greta.
Was she also looking for the tower?
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Forget it.
Then Hemingway hesitates and he crouches to pick the book up for her, but it slips through his fingers like the moon's reflection slipping in from cupped hands. He shakes his head and gives up. It's useless anyways.
I should go, Miss Marcus. Goodbye.
He strides away. The girl's voice follows after him.
Please, be careful. There's a fox run in the forest. Lazy dog.
Thank you.
Okay. Following the piece's direction, Enigma squints into the distance. The white tower sprite rises above the sea of tree tops.
How wonderfully eye-catching. What is this? Tantalus's punishment?
Another figure emerges from the shadows of the trees.
Danger! Closer, don't any come! Wait, you're...
What's this? He knows his researcher, but the toy box is pulling from his buried memories.
It's me, a tiny, insignificant cryptographer. It's a pity we've never worked together.
The communicator rings again, Whether it's at the worst moment or the best one, he can't decide.
Adler, how bad is it?
He subconsciously reaches into his pocket. The metal tube is cold against his fingers.
Oh, fine. Just a piece who's gone mad.
And we're fighting it, aren't we? Yep. Who are we fighting? Okay. Kinda wish that the background was... Oh, fuck. That's not what I meant. Kinda wish that the background was black and white, too. But, yeah.
For Sparta!
Initiating research on a big unknown opponent. Sampling, analyzing. Kindly make your way into the reagent bottles. We'll shake them to see if you're a solid or a liquid.
That almost made me laugh. Unfortunately for you, that is not enough to convince me to cooperate.
Yeah. Alright.
Quel dirà into the darkness.
I'll show my
That should be good enough to kill the guy.
Liberato dalla paura. You'll see it coming.
There we go.
Voilà donc succès.
Enigma looks up at the top of the tower for a while. It feels like the 1,000th time. It's faintly glowing. He raised the communicator.
We have a problem. Even after all this walking, I haven't gotten any closer to the Tower of Babel. If anything, it appears to be growing farther and farther away.
To be continued. Okay. Okay, part 10. Familiar appearance. Welcome to the other side of life. God damn, that's a hell of a title. That's a hell of a subtitle, I mean.
We're all quite used to the language disorder by now, so that isn't much of a problem. And there isn't much need for him to communicate with anyone. But what does concern me is that moving tower. A brand new variable. What was it again? There was an expression I heard when I was trying to research Kipperina's and Nameda's arcane skills. Oh, that's the one! People can only borrow language. They cannot reach the reality behind it.
We need to start considering the possibility of evacuating Adler early.
I doubt he'll agree.
Then prepare to evacuate him by force, if necessary. From what we've seen so far, the situation is far worse than predicted. Not only has the language disorder encompassed the whole toy box, but it's starting to leak out of it too.
Ulrich gestures for his lips. The silver patterns on his uniform are slowly fading. She examines him carefully and reaches a quick conclusion.
Oh, you're right. You have been standing closest to the box.
She exchanges a look with Ulrich and picks up the communicator.
All right, I'll tell him. Saves the two of you from bickering again. Adler, can you hear me?
I hope you have some good news.
Sorry for what I'm about to say, but I'll keep it straight. The toy box's instability is higher than predicted. We advise you to return early. If you can't retrieve the core soon, we'll have to use our backup plan. Blowing up the box.
Enigma goes quiet for a few seconds.
And Brain agrees with this?
I didn't want this either, but right now, there's no better solution.
Ulrich, what are you saying?
Ulrich, what are you saying?
The disorder is spreading to Laplace again. Your time in the box is limited. And according to the LSCC safety management regulations, ensuring your safety is the higher priority.
Enigma takes a deep breath, but doesn't argue.
I understand. Give me 2 hours. If I don't make any progress, I'll return. Then, we can blow it up together.
2 hours, Adler. We'll do whatever we can to help. Researchers X, Medicine Pocket, and Hissabith are currently dealing with the spread of the disorder. I also need to step away for a moment to deal with it. Researcher Pointer is monitoring the toy box's situation. If you run into any danger, be sure to request assistance immediately.
I will.
It looks up again at the white sprite, seemingly within reach, yet forever beyond it. Maybe it's just his imagination, but for a moment it felt like he was closer to it. The journey that follows is too quiet, almost dull. The only thing Enigma can do is note the changes in the surrounding scenery. He keeps his eyes peeled, but no other familiar faces appear. Until heated arguments, even for Laplace's standards, breaks out ahead. The researcher and administrator argue on the opposite sides of a desk, a strange and somewhat familiar scene.
I am not redoing the material reimbursement.
Then you can choose not to submit it. But I must remind you that the reimbursement deadline is this Friday.
Enigma feels familiar irritation itch at him as the argument dredges up his own unpleasant memories.
The plasma extract has extremely potent side effects.
Laplace ought to tear down the building and install turf.
Huh?
What the? The researcher suddenly draws a gun on his colleague. Perhaps he doesn't think of him as one.
Are you done? You're wasting Laplace resources.
What the fuck is going on? Bang! The staff member drops to the ground. Enigma isn't sure whether he should step forward and do something.
Liberation for all the critters in the canteen!
Before he can decide, a pack of critters pours out from behind the researcher. Peace and lunches at him. Okay, now I will say, I love the presentation. Oh, there you go, black background. I was wondering. There you go.
Right to the point. I like that.
I love the presentation of the toy box. It's really
After I leave, I need to supervise X's experiments on critters more closely. I don't want to deal with this kind of thing on the outside too.
Alright.
Into the darkness. Wait for the right moment.
I found what I'll show you.
Liberato dal fratello. Addio, straniero.
Ezio kills that guy.
You'll see it coming.
Oh, never mind. He kills all of them. That's it.
I bring you victory, as promised.
Stopping them isn't difficult after so many explorations. Enigma has grown used to it. The communicator's ring interrupts his mulling over a suddenly change.
We're back. This time the disorder symptoms are visual, nothing too serious.
Okay.
It's a shame you can't see us right now, gathered around the toy box with symbols floating around our heads.
Pictures can help with rubbing his temples.
What's the situation?
Nothing much to report. So, a piece just did something I'm sure we've all wanted to.
He applied for a massive amount of funds?
No. He killed the administrator who asked him to resubmit his invoice. Then led a dozen critters in an attempted uprising.
Very extreme. Intéressant.
Now, there's no one here who wants to do anything like that to our colleagues.
To each their own. I'd like to confirm something. You just returned this moment, yes? Was anybody thinking about invoices, the canteen, or anything related to Picasma candy just now?
Hey, why all the questions? Mr. Enigma, this isn't exactly the time for a workplace interview.
Come on, stop the chatter and tell me, quickly!
Oh, you mean you think our observations out here are having an impact in there?
Probably, yeah.
Right. The approval you owe me is still in the back of my mind. You already got it, right? The bottle of Procrasma?
That's the one.
His hypothesis is confirmed.
Now, I need you to give me some time. Stay away from the box. Do not observe my movements.
I see. We'll avoid any eye contact with the toy box.
Okay, I see. So basically, observation from the outside is changing the things inside.
Remember, we have forced evacuation measures in place, Adler.
Silence follows. Enigma holds his breath and then watches. Then, yeah.
As expected.
The critters slowly disappear, and the blood-covered researcher shuffles back in from the desk. Now simply some grids.
Hey, pal. Coming through. Sorry. Need to reorganize all these receipts ASAP. You heard him, didn't you? The deadline's Friday. Don't your projects need reimbursements too?
Thanks for the reminder. But my team is still waiting for funding approval.
Must be tough. Hang in there.
He pats him on the shoulder, then looks towards the far wall where there should be a lab.
Ulrich, I assume you've also come to the same conclusion.
The correlation between the degree of observation and the toy box's abnormalities.
Exactly. Put this down in your report. The reason I made you all leave wasn't because I harbored any ill will toward my colleagues. As we all know, every new observer adds a degree of freedom. The higher the degree of freedom, the harder it is to converge at a single point. Someone wants to see a dark room, so they turn on a flashlight. But if 10 people in different corners of the room simultaneously turn on their flashlights, between all the beams of light, not one of them can see clearly. This we understood. But what we failed to account for was the light shining through the window. The people outside the room.
Okay, that makes it... okay.
Not only do those who enter the toy box increase interference, but so too do those who observe from the outside.
Okay, I get what you're saying, yeah. The communicator goes silent. Clearly, Ulrich is thinking fast.
An astonishing conclusion, Adler. But it's a line of thought worth testing. Do you think 2 hours of basic cryptography training would be enough for one of our colleagues to enter the box and take your place?
No need to complicate things. We can cut off communications now.
What did you say?
Turn off the flashlight, and the room will return to its original appearance. Every flashlight, including my own.
You're going in blind, eyes closed,
Let me remind you again. You're not an arcanist. You can't detect the arcane fluctuations in the toy box on your own.
Yes, I can. Although the effects won't last for long.
He pops open the metal tube on his pocket.
I still have faith in science, even in an era where rain falls in reverse. It's reliable by nature. Systematic, comprehensive, replicable. As for Arcanum, I may as well make the most of it while it's mine to use. Thankfully, its basic applications don't require deep understanding. I'll ensure my own safety.
The rare silence follows from another end of the communicator. As the candles drop into Enigma's palms, the reply finally comes.
Of course. You're an exceptional researcher, and our greatest cryptographer. You still have 30 minutes, plus the 2 additional hours we've approved. Best of luck. See you soon, Adler.
See you soon, Ulrich.
He nods and hangs up. He's on his own now. The Enigma does a deep breath and closes his eyes. Not to observe, but to sense. Crazy bastard. An unfinished antidote with a trace of test poison to keep man vindictive from using it to cause another tragedy. He's tried countless times. It should work. The taste of a Krasma extract creeps up from the back of his tongue. Enigma's 1/4 of Arcanist blood briefly awakens. Oh yeah, that fucking thing is poison to humans. Arcanist is human. Arcanum and science. Science carried him to the point where he seems to be, going forward. Arcanum is turned to touch the faint glimmer of light in the cracks. In the deepest dark, there's a soft knock on the brick. The 2 The same thing that killed Greta is the thing that's helping Enigma in this one, huh? 11. Open Sesame. A universal incantation and a useless defense.
What an absurd experience. Using my eyes to gauge the distance. What I saw was a far-off tower and the many difficulties to reach it. That, I realize now, was another result of my observation.
Yeah.
Yet the moment I stopped trying to logically deduce its location, lo and behold, here it is.
He touches the white wall before him, as if to confirm it's really there.
If Arcanists truly live in a world of such unpredictability as this, it's little wonder many think they have mental problems. Alright. Since everything's been reset, that thieving Raven will likely reappear at the tower, with his shiny contraband in tow. The only problem is getting inside.
Where there should be something. God damn it, I gotta start. There's only a wall. There we go. Enigma tilts his head back and estimates the tower's height, weighing whenever it's worth the time.
There aren't enough footholds, and I'm not certain whether that structure up there is in fact a window.
He pauses and lowers his voice.
Open Sesame.
The wall doesn't answer, nor does it mock him for trying.
Arcanists can't just make up incantations, it seems. I thought as much.
If I was designing a door that would a magic door that opens with a password, that's probably the one I would use. I'm gonna be honest.
Surely I don't have to delve into my imagination.
He closes his eyes, still facing the stubborn wall.
Arcane skills. Arcane skills. How on earth do they figure out these things? I should have asked for a copy of a basic guide to using Arcanum before cutting off communications. Never mind. The principles ought to be about the same. Focus your mind and let the intensity of your thoughts bore a hole in the wall.
Not hoping to turn your thoughts into a sledgehammer, are you?
Enigma's eyes snap open. The unchanging darkness is gone. He follows the sound upwards. The Raven glides down for a smooth landing.
I never expected the ever-logical Adler would have such a wild imagination.
Enough wasting time. Hand it over.
You didn't make all that effort making your way here simply to rob me, did you? Seems Laplace hasn't been so busy these days.
As you can see, your instincts have interfered with our work. If you enjoy collecting shiny things so much, I'll give you this communicator. Take it, or any other thing you want.
Empirische Urteile. Überhebliche Spekulationen. Ja, so denkst du. Und genau deshalb wirst du den Nutzern arkaner Fähigkeiten niemals begreifen.
That's irrelevant. Has the simulation been upgraded? Or are you being affected by corrupted data? Huh. The others haven't shared much personal information on Ludwig. Are you German?
Ludwig just mechanically turns his head and fixes his gaze on him.
Ich verstehe ganz genau, was du willst. Du bist viele Male in diesen Turm gekommen, um ihn zu zerstören. Und diese Farce eines Experiments. Dann hat sich etwas verändert. Du wurdest neugierig, wolltest seine Geheimnisse enthüllen. Der natürliche Instinkt eines Forschers. Doch du wurdest viel zu hastig in deinem Streben und hast begonnen, Dinge zu erforschen. die du niemals zu begreifen hoffen kannst.
A constant stream of words flows from Ludwig's beak.
Enough chit-chat.
Du kannst das Arcanum nicht begreifen.
Stop!
He finally understands the source of his discomfort. He has never sensed arcade fluctuation before, not until now. Of course, he can't immediately detect the anomalies quietly building around him.
Kannst du diese Tür nicht öffnen?
Enigma grabs the communicator and throws it to Raven, who effortlessly dodges with a flap of its wings.
You're the one interfering with my experiment, Researcher Adler. I need the core to help me unveil the mysteries of language.
Is this actually Ludwig, or is this Ludwig in here, in the piece here?
In fact, not long ago, I made a rather decent discovery.
Another flap of black wings, and Enigma notices data flowing across them. Their silhouette begins to melt away, giving a white pickled gleam of metal beneath.
Was that hypnosis? A curse? Or a prophecy? Or is that nonsense? And yet nothing has come of it. Most likely needs...
Oops. Enigma checks his timer.
There's still half an hour left. Enough time to get you out of my way.
Go on, throw hands, Enigma.
I need the core. It stays here.
Is balance mode? Balance mode, alright. This one works, honestly. Oh, that's a cool design. It's all glitchy, you know, why not?
Deine Einmischung ist der eigentliche Beweis dafür, dass die Erschaffung einer perfekten Sprache notwendig ist. Dieser Kern wird es mir ermöglichen, die schmutzigen Fehler der Sprache zu eliminieren und die Shannon-Entropie in ein vollkommenes Gleichgewicht zu bringen. Keine Abhängigkeit mehr von Kontext oder Erfahrung. Keine Mehrdeutigkeiten oder Missverständnisse mehr. Wenn die Entropie ihr Minimum erreicht, kann durch Sprache eine wahrhaft präzise und tiefgreifende Form der Selbstexpression erreicht werden. Und so wirst du schließlich vollständig begreifen, was ich beschrieben habe.
If you just surrender the core, there would be no reason to fight. Ich werde mir dein weiteres Geschwätz nicht mehr anhören.
Alright, finally.
Wait for the red.
I'll show you.
Liberato dal fratello. You'll see it coming.
Oh god. Yeah, doesn't matter. Fight 2 and he's just dead.
Coglione. Addio, straniero.
Oh god, it didn't even reach the end of his HP. That was like what, one turn? In balance mode? God damn, that's still a guy has it. Yeah, damn. The fortress crumbles, the metal dissolves like foam. Ludwig pitches in the ground. He spreads his wings and stumbles into an upright position. Data flashes in his black eyes.
My data? You've utterly destroyed it.
Yep, now nobody can have data.
We both know the box will reset. And you'll go back to your chattering, Raven.
Ah, yes. The pieces exist in a world that may be reset.
Okay, so
One might think their lives are full of opportunity and that everything is recoverable. But under special conditions, these pieces can also die.
What do you mean?
The core's contents have the ability to interfere with everything around it. It can tear your mind apart, even scramble your data into a jumbled mess. Opening its protective shell won't bring you the results you're looking for. Ludwig already paid the price for his curiosity. His experiment failed, and his mind was imprisoned here. It wasn't I am merely a segment of leftover data, an attempt to warn other curious minds to stay well away from danger.
You mean to say your actions came from good intentions? Care to explain that incantation of yours? It still hasn't taken effect.
That's what you think.
It was meant to change your mind, to prevent you from comprehending the arcane presence here. In stopping you from entering the tower, you would be protected from the madness and ruin that awaits. There's no need for you to go the way of the other pieces who came here, breaking down piece by piece, until you eventually vanish into nothing.
His feathers begin to fall. More sables flicker across his body.
But you needn't worry. It won't be long until my arcane skill ceases to function.
I've never had the opportunity to work with Ludwig. But based on your simulation of him, I can guess he's a stubborn, conceited, curious, egotistical fellow.
Oh, not really. Just a raven cursed with knowledge, trying his best to protect those who come after.
A typical Laplace employee.
You're unhappy.
Yeah, no shit. He studies Ignimo with eyes with longer shine.
No. I was only thinking that perhaps there should be someone who helps bear the risks and makes decisions on behalf of these geniuses. Working alongside colleagues with no understanding of lab safety protocols comes at too great a price.
Yeah, no shit.
Having a branch director go missing for so long must have certainly affected productivity.
Ludwig catches the anger in his words and the trace of grief beneath it. He tries to move past both.
But you and I have never worked together.
Enigma checks his timer again.
We've been colleagues for the last 10 minutes.
You're not going to heed my warning, are you? You're still going to remove the core, to satisfy your curiosity.
I am going to take it. Because I want Laplace to remain a place for people like you. Someone has to do something.
Ludwig nods.
What a coincidence. Some of the previous pieces who came here said a similar thing. Their data was also destroyed. Unless new data is uploaded, they'll never appear in the box again. I'm not entirely sure what to call it. I hope you'll forgive me for presuming it as death. Which, I believe, is precisely what I'm experiencing now. Farewell, my colleague. I wish you all the best.
And he's off. Ludwig vanishes into the air, and the wall behind where he had stood, a door appears.
Farewell.
Enigma approaches the door. Is it gonna be to be continued? Yep. And I think we're pretty much close to the end at this point, so we're just gonna keep going until we finish. Light warning. Beware, the dangerous bird may still be at large. Name, Ludwig, race Arcanist. Characteristic, his head resembles that of a raven. Arcane skill, Ludwig can use language to influence people's thoughts. If you hear him using an imperative sentence directed at you, cover your ears immediately. Do not listen to him. You cannot realistically resist his effects unless you think about without using words. Type experience. Officially confirmed missing during personnel checks after the ninth storm. If you find Ludwig or a raven that might be him, please contact the nearest chief level personnel. So, it wasn't a beast, it was actually Ludwig. What is he doing here? One among countless in the world. One that belongs only to your memory. Oh man, look at that art. All for nothing.
Next time a colleague disappears without a trace, they'd better leave behind more clues first. Not even a crack. This isn't drawn on, is it?
It's cardboard. Knock it open. Oh, okay. Knock it.
No visible locks.
Knock it open.
No signs of arcane skills either.
You have to. Someone has to let you enter. It's like a bit of a niche reference, but it's like that door in Dark Souls 2 where you can't open it. There's no key. You will have to literally knock on the door, like hit it with a weapon, and the enemies on the other side open the door for you. Prove yourself. Knock it open. But to whom?
Greta's been here. She found a way through. There must be a way.
Why surrender everything about yourself to someone else, something else? Oh man, what the hell?
Researcher Adler? Researcher Adler, how are you? We've all been quite concerned about your condition.
Enigma ignores the voice.
The results of our investigation into the storm have arrived, and everyone's fighting to form research teams. This might be a bit presumptuous, but we'd like to invite you to join us.
There's another group of people who believe science can explain everything.
Remember, but during a cryptography lecture at the University of Göttingen, you said every puzzle has a solution, and that if there is no answer, it's just because we haven't figured out the rules yet. This is just like that, a crossword puzzle that nobody's ever solved. We'll be entering new territory, the first to research the storm.
And we'll be the first to find a solution, to figure out the truth.
Boy. He stares at the crosswords between him and the letter in his square. Squares drawn in ink, so thick with something coming. It's like the storm covering everything with no pattern at all.
A solution? A solution that can be overturned at any time by the appearance of an inexplicable presence? Only a fanatic would find joy in all this. At least they finally have some evidence that gods are here.
Oh man, this is something
I hear
else.
they've given you a nickname, Bruderherz. Enigma. You must admit your colleagues have quite a sense of humor. And taste, if you ask me.
She settles down a stack of files.
You may be helping with some decoding work in here, and somehow turned me into your personal news and paper delivery girl. But this house isn't a laboratory, nor your dorm, and it's certainly not an emergency shelter. There is no harm in returning to a normal life.
I'm listening.
No, you aren't.
Enigma sighs and sets down the squash ball in his hand.
All right, fine. I'll say what you want me to say. How's the situation out? Everyone must be very busy. They've given up on sending smart robots to my door, and they haven't asked me to join their various research teams for quite some time. Has the Storm research had any new breakthroughs? Is everyone in high spirits? Busy coming up with great ideas?
She's quiet for a moment, then shakes her head slightly.
Another storm hit. It was sudden. I heard there were researchers gathering data outside. They didn't make it back in time. The situation as a Foundation isn't much better.
She wants to slam his fist on the table. Instead, he just pushes the papers aside, exhausted.
Is that so? I see.
There must be a reason, something that has driven you there to stand before the door, to demand response that has never come. Self-expectations.
I've attended lectures at Laplace. Their researchers firmly believe they can discover the truth. It's utter conceit. But that's the way it should be.
Other expectations.
I'll take up that role and do what you've been nagging me to do. I'll take care of those pesky committees. But just so you know, I'm not doing this for the higher-ups who look down on us.
Yeah.
But for the people who look up to us from below.
wish to change everything?
Because I want Laplace to remain a place for people like you. Someone has to do something.
He has never truly looked at this door. Difficulties and obstacles are common in research. Every result is built on countless failures. For the first time, he takes a few steps back to get a clear look at his old enemy, the one he's been wrestling for a long time, as long as he can remember.
I should have done this a long time ago. No. No need to speculate on how the past could have gone. There's an excellent opportunity. Right here and now.
The Krasma extract is wearing off. His heartbeat pounds in his ear as everything he perceives slowly returns to what it was.
Everything inside the toy box changes with observation. It faithfully recreates my every thought, perception, and idea.
Maybe it's the side effects of the extract, maybe it's the absurdity of what he sees, and how unsurprising it all is. A searing pain rises from behind his eyes.
Turns out, there was no wall around the door after all.
A now known darkness engulfs him. He steps forward with ease. The place where his toy box journey began, the place where it ends, the Windows XP background. Every journey begins in his field. He recognizes the feeling of grass beneath his boots. Is this just not the Windows XP background with some extra stuff going on?
Back where I started. Not bad.
Parting the blaze, he makes his way towards the center. The core rests there in the grass, waiting for their next stubborn seeker to pick it up.
The core can read one's thoughts and make the toy box manifest whatever one desires most. I wanted to create a language without limits, a language everyone could understand and use. And so, it rebuilt the Tower of Babel for me. It is far too powerful. If you take it, you'll be engulfed by it. Something I don't want to happen. But it's clear you've made your decision. I'm powerless to stop you. I can only wish you the best of luck, and hope you stay true to your convictions. If I had the time, I'd like to have witnessed what it creates for you.
There is endless green in countless fatal places. Maybe it's the mountaintop he once reached. Maybe it's the graveyard he can't bring himself to visit. Maybe it's the open field in front of the Laplace building. All he wanted was to return to that first field of grass.
All right. Adventure's over.
Enigma bends down and picks up the
Good.
core.
It's created a new code under my observation. A familiar, basic code. And a hint. Das Zeitalter der Menschen is to
That's
end.
what Greta said, right? Greta said the hint of humans has come to an end, right? He reads the words under his breath. This is the closest to reality as the assimilation gets, replicating appearance, language, and the thought. The data does its job, producing the most reasonable result it can. In the real world, there is a note just like this in his drawer, taken from that pioneer's journal. She found the answer, even here in the simulator. Proof that she will walk this path every time without exception. A prophecy written in data.
Arcanum.
To be continued. If you tear down the walls you've built, you may grow. There was once a divide between the two. It was life, it was death, it was a bout of rain. Those two came after question the true nature of the divide. There was bloodline, it was reason, it was flesh of insight. A brave soul left across to turn and turn back. Came across and turned to look back at the divide. He sees a door never meant to be opened in an imaginary wall. Alright. Part 13, fellow travelers. We continue to walk the path of progress.
The Visionaire cipher. A multi-layered application of the Caesar cipher. In this scenario, using Kaczynski's test to reverse engineer the key from known ciphertext is the most suitable approach. Usually, the key isn't particularly long. It was most likely repeated to generate this ciphertext. Simply find the repeating character sequences and use the distance between them to infer the key's length. It must be a multiple.
He hasn't worked on something like this in a long time. Simple puzzle, simple enough that he once walked his family through it as a clever little trick.
Where did I put that German letter frequency table? First, calculate the index of coincidence. Then, try each possible key combination in order. Laplace's computers must operate at remarkably high speeds. All that remains, then, is to pick out the plain text with the most meaning. Done.
He picks up the device.
And to think this is the answer generated from my observation. I'd expected it to be something far more mundane, like squash or answer.
Oh, okay, we're actually doing the fucking cipher. Let me see, we need consonants, like need like vowels, right? Or no, it just shows what it is. That's a German word, so there's no way I would figure it out.
Zukunft.
The metal melts in a soft liquid, and the indecipherable symbols fall apart. He has solved it, and his reward is an unbearable truth. I mean. God damn it! You didn't need to flashbang me too. He cannot longer see the arcane glow, yet the burning behind his eyes returns all the same. His vision blurs, his arms begin to tremble, everything around him collapses inward like a crushed cardboard box.
These intense arcane fluctuations. I've seen them before.
Where?
Verdammt. First, I need to...
The metal returns to its original form, and the secret has revealed for only a moment, but that moment was enough. The lock isn't there to keep knowledge in, it's to protect those too ignorant to survive it. It's sacred knowledge. If you look at it, you go mad type of Lovecraft thing,
I must have seen something like this before.
Probably during the storm or something.
Yes. It was when they tried to read that incantation aloud.
Right. The first circle. The miraculous snot. The thing you will remember till the day you die. Enigma's fingers fly across the key, pulling up files from Laplace's database.
High concentrations of asymmetrical nuclide R were detected in certain locations. Upon inspection, these concentrations were not correlated with any external factors. These locations did not follow any particular distribution pattern, nor did they overlap with the results of our geological surveys. Based on our current research, the arcane fluctuations at these locations are similar to those of an activated Hoffman knot, both sharing the same tremor frequency. Some posit this as a blessing of sorts, resulting from the worship of a supreme existence. For example, the School of Aperons believe in the Boundless One spared them from the effects of the storm. And Miss Amundsen's self-described worship of the Mother Spirit is most likely connected to the mutation she underwent. All of these locations had records of relatively extended periods of deity worship.
So, like, is the immunity to the storm indirectly related to faith, or what?
Supreme existence? Deity? If there were a unifying theory to describe the entire universe, even these so-called gods would be scientifically explained.
Puppets manipulated by invisible strings. Enigma leans forward and head bowed, stares at the cold metal cord at his hand. Doubt and mockery harden in an anger which then instantly morphs into something stronger. Curiosity.
What a helpful little assistant you are.
What did he find out? Oh, is it Vertin?
The news
No, Lucy.
you brought back was very interesting, Simone.
Madame Z has always maintained a cooperative attitude toward Laplace. It should have come as no surprise to you.
The glowing bar in her eyes flickers. It's the latest expression Madame Lucy has learned, roughly equivalent to a human wink. Data analysis has shown it can lighten the mood and convey warmth, making it particularly well suited for conversation between friends.
I did not expect Laplace would receive such unique research materials. The details contained in the core of that toy box have created a new basis for greater exploration and research into the storm. Perfecting the immunity ritual has become a more likely possibility. The report also mentions that researchers Adler and Medicine Pocket collaborated to develop an antidote for Picrasma extract.
Good to
I
know.
did not use the wrong names, correct?
Correct. Your data loss has alleviated
That's good.
considerably.
That's good. She is recovering all right. Yeah, she went to a vacation because she basically had robot dementia from using the incantation too many times.
Although a significant portion of data still remains irrecoverable with our current abilities, it's only a matter of time until we find a solution, Madame Lucy.
Good. Then, I will apply for some even more complex research tasks when the time comes.
She nods seriously.
I have finished composing a response to researcher Adler's letter. First, the antidote is undoubtedly an invention with immense practical value, allowing Picrasma extract to be used to greater effect. However, their testing methods went against regulations. They have violated Articles 51 and 106 of the Laplace Laboratory Code of Conduct. While I congratulate researcher Adler on his official appointment as director, I must also warn him that he will appear on this month's public notice board for these violations.
In other words, everyone will see his appointment and his breach of regulations announced side by side. Based on my estimates, this has a 92% chance of occurring, approaching certainty.
Simone smiles.
There is something else I do not understand.
Well, why is
Does
that?
Laplace currently have a large surplus of paper? All this information could have been relayed via communication device.
This whole thing could have been an email type thing, huh?
It's generally considered that letters are a more formal form of notice. Any other thoughts on his appointment? Would you like me to monitor researcher Adler's performance during his first 3 months as director?
There is no need to scrutinize this specific matter, Simone.
Another flicker of her eyes. She turns her fingers over the letter on the desk.
I am still functioning. Thus, there are still people who seek answers to the world's unsolved mysteries, and those who work to uncover its unknown principles. We continue to walk the path of progress.
Alright. I do think it'll end it at part 15. To get a nice little round number. Alright, don't look back in anger. It's a better place, or perhaps in a better place, or perhaps in the future. Or maybe it'll end here, who knows.
This is a very thorough report.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing where you stand, it's safe to say Laplace won't be facing many more problems for the time being.
She flips through the files and nods.
Our research will continue until we uncover the truth behind the toy box. After we establish the Toy Box Research Group, I'll be sure to submit more detailed reports of our results. What you have there is far from our final conclusion on the subject. Or on our collaboration with the Foundation.
Between compromises and soon-to-be directors has learned to hold his ground.
Anyone who gives a final answer without careful consideration is either a gambler or a cheat. I'm glad to see your prudence and rationality as a researcher remain as dependable as ever. Of course, I'm even happier you finally decided to be more than just a researcher.
I'm sorry, but even now I still don't fully understand your decision. I also have one more condition.
Go ahead.
Before my appointment is officially announced, I want to meet with the Timekeeper. The Foundation's stance is not fully representative of the Timekeepers, is it?
Under the framework of a new bill, the Timekeeper and her team do enjoy a greater degree of autonomy.
Are they explaining why Adler joins the suitcase? An answer that's both ambiguous and clever. Such autonomy would still fall within the Foundation's legal framework.
Regardless, this isn't a difficult request to fulfill. Laplace's research findings have made many major contributions to the Timekeeper's operations. Rebuilding trust during this period of turmoil is essential.
You've become quite proficient at all this. And I'm just finally starting to get used to it.
Maintaining Laplace's independence, meeting with the Timekeeper. Is there anything else?
Enigma is quiet for a moment.
Before the Foundation requests the details of any of Laplace's research, they must inform me what it will be used for. Can you accept this?
The Foundation has never deliberately concealed anything from Laplace. We've always guaranteed your right to know.
Yes, but the reasons they provide could easily be half-truths, or arrive late. I don't mean to make your life difficult, but you know better than I the reality of how the Foundation operates. Judging by your reaction, you can't make that promise. I expected as much.
She neither confirms nor denies it.
I have no other requests.
All those endless meetings finally proved their worth. The strategic concession, a classic among expert negotiators. Not meant to get anything specific, but to make a point.
Very good.
She pauses.
You'll be notified of the official appointment within a week. After which, it will be announced to every department. Hopefully, we won't run into any trouble.
She glances around the room.
You have a lot of paperwork ahead of you. Why not start with a tidy up? Some advice from someone with experience. Those paper stacks tend to shrink after a little organization.
Resorting to psychological suggestion?
So she's basically telling you clean your shit, man.
If it gets the job done.
Madam Z walks to the door and turns to say goodbye.
All in all, congratulations to you, Adler, and to Laplace. You've secured a positive future for this place.
She leaves, Enigma standing surrounded by walls of files and size. Enigma stops outside the meeting room door.
Marguerite.
Oh, hey. Laplace is a massive institution, and as such is rarely crossing paths. Last time they exchanged only a brief nod. He takes a moment to study her. A cold metallic gleam runs through the center of her dress, like a butterfly emerging from a dark cocoon of torn fabric and flesh.
I've seen your research. Not half bad.
She wears an impeccable smile.
Thank you, Mr. Adler. And congratulations.
Briefly, but sufficient. He doesn't want the first act of this directive to be tearing the irreplaceable rift through Laplace.
Go on in, Mr. Adler. Everyone's waiting.
Happy birthday! Oh, that's fun. Look at Ulrich. Look at fucking Ulrich's big ass smile there. Yeah, this is funny. Party poppers go off with a bang. Colorful ribbons rain down over Enigma.
What the hell are you all doing?
None of this was what he expected. It was supposed to be a brief meeting, but the moment he opened the door, controls slipped away from him.
It's entirely. A celebration, Mr. Enigma, for your birthday. And for your appointment as director, of course.
Today isn't my birthday.
Oh, that doesn't matter. You can celebrate it early. The most important thing is today is a day worth celebrating.
Okay, just being...
There's cake. Is that dairy cream? Or something plant-based?
The Laplace clue is always right. I can't wait for the anime that they're gonna do about them. Hisbeth pops another party popper, and sharp smell halts the snake's investigation.
Wait.
Our readings have shown higher concentrations of cortisol and adrenaline in the air. We've all been under pressure lately, you most of all, Adler. Your index is higher than anyone else's. A celebration like this gives everyone a chance to relax, which in turn will make them all the more productive with the upcoming workload.
Thoughtful theoretical justification for the party, courtesy of Ulrich.
Well, this is a birthday party, isn't it? Make a wish, Enigma. What's that? You want me to make one on your behalf? Well, if you say so.
I don't think he said anything.
I wish, more than anything in the world, for my approval form to pass today. I need to sample the outer material of the toy box.
Denied. Your Picasma consumption research already jumped the queue. And we need to maintain the structural integrity of the toy box.
Boo. Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes and drifts towards the toy box on the table. Anyways.
Hey, step away from the box. No.
This party seems to have given these geniuses an excuse to run wild. No one cares anymore what the meeting was supposed to be about.
Listen up!
He raised his voice, helpless. And his brilliant colleagues finally spare him a moment of their attention.
As you all know, I will be serving as Laplace's director.
X gives an approving whistle. That was not a whistle.
So black, you don't say.
We were hardly surprised by the decision. You'd already been doing the work for quite some time. All this goes to prove that, even though you needed some time to adjust, Madame Lucy's judgment was correct.
Though he prepared a few words, he now finds himself thinking careful about what about how a leader would express themselves.
I suppose I've well and truly picked up some useless habits.
And? Anything else you want to say, Director?
He looks around at his colleagues. Objectively speaking, they are all gifted, yet in wildly different ways. Subjectively speaking, they are a handful. But they all share the same belief. Science. Oh, there we go. He abandons the speech.
In short, I will do my best. Until we find someone better suited for the job.
I think I'm just gonna wait a long time, buddy. The end. Alright, it was a little shorter than the usual things. But I think it was pretty cool. I quite like this one. Wait, it's... Oh, fuck me, it carries on.
Diejenigen, die nicht vom Sturm geholt werden. Wohin gehen sie,
right,
wenn sie sterben?
I forgot this happened at the beginning.
Eine Frage, die noch immer unbeantwortet bleibt.
A black and white grid of crossword puzzles.
Ich glaube nicht an die Existenz von Göttern. Noch an irgendeinen Himmel oder eine Hölle.
I guess I'm definitely not using this for the thumbnail, but still.
Ich wünschte, du könntest mir deine Antwort geben, Greta. Ich wünschte, ich könnte dich.
He rests his finger on the trigger.
Bang.
The age of humans has come to an end. But you can continue living.
A fine pistol. A birthday gift. A memento. A beginning.
In our new age.
Okay, the little thing after the end really did caught me off guard a little bit. Dress code. Remember, the best clothes for a party, the ones that fit in. Notice on today's party, everyone in the Space Mod project team, there's a celebration party this Saturday. Don't forget to wear your best clothes, Hisbeth. Madison Bucket has invited a few Procrastinate candy dessert. Invented a new Procrastinate candy dessert. It has a beautiful circular shape. Everyone deserves to try it. 37, of course. Right, I forgot 37 is part of the team. Due to the venue continuing this week, Nautica meet and greet has been moved from Saturday 3 to 5 to Friday at the same time as well. On Sunday, Procrastinate candy and coffee as a coffee substitute safe for human consumption has been uploaded to the database. Miss Winsong has been taking me to buy proper clothes for the party. The office will be empty today from 2 to 8 to 6. Please don't make a waste trip. I didn't expect it to be so formal. Alright, I'll be there in time, in no time. On time. My appointment with the director of the LFCC as an official will officially take place this Saturday. Regarding the Space Mariner Project Team celebration party, just remember to come. The dress code is just another one of Sylvie's flight of fancy. Alright. I will say this was a bit more of a character study for Adler than anything. Honestly, I'm alright with. Definitely shorter than the rest of them. Kind of again an extended character story. Kind of curious what the hell they're gonna do with his actual character story. Is it gonna be his past or something? Because he kind of mentioned this here. I guess it was a nice little interlude. Like it didn't add all that much to the main story, but it kind of supplements, you know? It isn't as essential as like the Sea Breeze event for the 2.x events, 2.x main quest, right? What is this? In complete induction, Enigma is tasked with researching and developing various inventions. I guess we can do one of these just to see what the hell this is. Does this have story or? Alright, let me see. What does this have? Is this like... Researchers are working and can track the progress here. Various events happen during research. Some may consider influence in production development. Okay, what is this even? Is this another minigame or what is this? Okay. And after research ends, each laboratory finished production will be examined and rated. The higher your production rating, the more refunds and XP you'll get for your laboratory. Okay. Okay. So, like, what does this do? Like, seriously, what does this really do? I'm guessing it's just a mini-game. Oh wait, is this part of the survey? Hold on, is this part of the character story for Enigma? I think it is, actually. It is, okay, so yeah, we don't even have a thing, it's just this. I'm gonna do one more, let me see. There's an invention that uses rules and intellect, right? Alright, let's go for synthesis. Let's go for... yeah, those two. Let's confirm this guy. No, let's just do one more. I want to see if this actually has any story or not before we enter this part. Because if it doesn't, then it's really just this for story, which is wow, it's even shorter than I expected. So like, yeah, if this is really just this, then it really is not much going on. It's just a pretty, it really is just that for Adler, and that's it. Which was a good event. It was pretty. I liked the story a lot, but it really is kind of lackluster, I will say. Definitely a filler patch, I will say. So like, yeah, I don't think that's there. Yeah, it's basically nothing. Okay, it's really just that. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna see what the hell this thing is. Focus, flashback, and then yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be it for now. I don't know if there's gonna be anything else for this patch. Wow, it was a hell of a short patch. I quite liked. I quite liked it. A little nice interlude here, and yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time for more Reverse 1999. Ciao.